Hi, I'm Corianne Etienne, and today I'll be showing you my absolute favorite recipe for freshly stewed tomato sauce. You know, with the summer season upon us, we always end up with so many fresh tomatoes, we're not quite sure what to do with them. So today I'll be using sunset-grown Campari tomatoes. You know, they're greenhouse growers that grown for perfection. The Campari tomato is one of their unique tomato varieties and is absolutely one of my favorites. To start the recipe, you want to just pinch off the tomato vine from the top and really just score a top right on the bottom of the tomato. Nice X. The reason for this is that it allows the tomato to peel beautifully during the boiling process. Once you have the number of tomatoes that you want to use in your sauce, pop them into boiling water and cook for about 15 to 20 seconds until they start to just peel away. And then immediately submerge them in an ice bath, which is what I've done here. You can see that the score on the bottom of the tomato really just makes the peeling process so simple. And what you're left with is that beautiful rose-colored tomato. Smells lovely. And be sure to save the tomato skins. They make the most amazing tomato paste. They just slide right off. So the trick with tomato sauce is that every pound of tomatoes you use yields about 1 cup of sauce. The recipe that I'm sharing with you today makes about 4 to 5 cups of sauce, so I'll be using 4 to 5 pounds of the Campari tomatoes. Now, you know, I found a recipe on sunsetgrown.com which has really inspired this recipe and reminds me of my grandmother's absolutely favorite dish during the summer months. Pop this over to the side. Now, one thing I love about making tomato sauce is that you really do have an excuse to get a little bit dirty in the kitchen. So just slice them across the bottom. Now here's something I've been working on earlier. And just use your hands to kind of peel away the inside of the tomato, and all the juices will kind of flow right down. You know, anytime you cook homemade dinners, especially with tomatoes, don't worry if any of the seeds still remain. It's what gives it its unique flavor and character. Just push those right off. You know, we used to summer in Italy, and you walk down the streets in the summer and you see all these lovely ladies making their own version of tomato sauce. And they do this peeling and seeding with such precision. One day, my darlings, I will be that good. But in the meantime, I kind of fumble through. There we go. So I've done a few here, and what you'll find is there's still a little bit of juice in here, and lovely juice has been dripping down while I've been peeling them. This is where the fun begins. Literally put your hand in there and just squeeze out all of the juice. In addition to just the seeds, I've put the tomato cores inside because there's plenty of juice there. Don't waste. Squeeze right down and then just use your hand. Just squeeze it right out. Gosh, you should smell all of this lovely tomato seasoning. So one of the things I love about the Campari tomato is it has such a great aroma. It kind of hints at the brilliance that you'll have after this. Kind of shovel it down. There we go. So here is a bowl that I've been working on. I literally have about 4 to 5 pounds of tomatoes kind of chopped in here, and you can see the juices are already starting to flow. There's 2 schools of thought with tomato sauce. Some people like it really chunky. Some people like it really nice and smooth. I like it somewhere in between. So I cut my pieces about this big. If it's too chunky when you're done, just take an immersion blender and give it a good blitz after it's done cooking. There we go. And then all of the juice. Oh, it smells, oh, heavenly. I simply cannot resist. That is so good. I suddenly crave a little bit of a fresh Bloody Mary. But I digress. All right, so I've got my big pan here. What I'm going to do is just take about a tablespoon of salt, and what that does is draw out that beautiful tomato flavor, and a few glugs of olive oil. I'm using extra virgin olive oil for this because really it brings out so many nice Italian flavors. Kind of stir through the bottom and then add all of those tomatoes right in there. Don't be afraid to use your hands. There's some lovely juice still left at the bottom. And then stir. Stirring it together just really makes sure that that olive oil coats through with the sauce and the salt isn't kind of graduated down at the bottom. What you have is a beautiful, look at that, golden red hues from the tomatoes. Stunning. So I'm going to put it on the stove and bring it to a boil. Once it boils, I'm going to simmer it down for about 45 minutes until it's nice and thick. What you're left with, once it's nice and thick, is a sauce that I made yesterday. So here I used about 3 cups of tomato sauce, and I've got a really beautiful stewed tomato, which is begging for me to try it. Oh, that Campari flavor, it's brilliant. All we need to do now is find something to cook it with.